Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Jennifer. So everything is changing all around us, just like the sky. I hope y'all can hear me. I was downstairs heating up my, Gina, honey, what was you heating up? Well, I was heating up my, drink, my tea. Give thanks to the Lord, for his love endures forever and ever and ever. It truly is. That's the only thing that's going to be able to sustain us. Just think, it's not only the sky that's changing, it's everything around us. When you, hello, Mickey, honey, you're so fine. That's right. When you, if you looked at the video from last night, no, that's kind of wild. The one thing that happened, you know, that I'm not going to talk it, but it wasn't real. It wasn't real at all. What wasn't real, Gina? That you know what thing, because it looked fake. It really did look fake. I'm going to try to come over here to this channel. It's like everything doesn't look real at all. I'm going to show you all something. Also with this, I want y'all to look at this live count. Watch this, you will. When I do a live video, watch this. See those spikes? When I do a live video, this is what's been happening lately. They'll take it up to here, and then they'll drop it here, but they've gotten really sneaky now. They'll come down to here. Like we'll have like 3,400 people watching, and they drop it down to 526. And then it goes to that, and then they just gradually. They're doing a whole lot different than they used to do. 2,700, and immediately they dropping it down. Something is like way off. If you got a YouTube channel and you're noticing that, you can have this many views, and then boom, they, instead of cutting it in half, they do that too. I used to get like, I would average around 1 million views a month. Almost 1 million views. They got me down less than half of that now with all the changes that are taking place. But I'm trying to get to, everything is changing just like the sky all around us. If I can get over there to that section, which I will. Like this right here last night. That was not, it looks so fake. It looks so fake. If you didn't watch that video, I mean, come on. It's like, how can you believe anything you see on TV anymore? Anything, any other players, anything like that. Look at this, ancient robots and stuff. This is a very long thing. They've had ancient robots, and they started doing the first artificial brain. You know, let me flip it around. They started doing the first artificial brain back 60 years ago. 60 years ago is kind of near the Roswell thing, but I think it was like in the 50s. Look at this, you all. It's artificial robot stuff. But I wanted to see the brain, if you're all just looking. The robot term was conjoined in the 1920s. Less than 100 years, something like that. I wanted to see the artificial brains. Let's see this, you all. Turing test, neither could... Okay. It's only in the last 60 years that scientists began to develop artificial brains. During the European Renaissance, machinists built life-size, doll-like automata that could write, draw, or play music, producing the startling illusion of humanity. So the last 60 years, you know, that's when they made a deal. Did they make a deal with the aliens or something around that time, the bad ones? Because everything literally, around that 47 time thing, everything literally accelerated. Everything came out, boom, 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 boom. It's like massive leap for science. Massive. But this image right here that I shared last night, it showed up in my, on my cell phone. I was looking through my photos, and this thing showed up. And I remember that day. I was going to Salem, and it was in the western sky, because the sun was it was getting near, probably around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but you can tell these are not normal clouds at all. They just literally hung down there like that. I really do feel that these are a form of life, a life form in the sky, and you can see their shadows on the backdrop. If you can see the shadows on the backdrop of the sky from these, then what on earth is back here? These literally are like suspended in the sky. They really are. They're suspended up there. And you can see the shadow of this one right here. Quit moving your phone, Gina. The shadow of this one. The shadow of this one. The shadow of that one and that one and that one in the sky. And you can see up here, look up here at the top. Great big enormous shadow of something back there too. But this was supposed to be the sun. These are different. These right here things are different than the clouds that have like the cube-like structures in them. Now, this was in 2019 on September the 1st. Back then, and we can look in the skies now, and you see all kinds of different types of things that are up there. And it's not just the sky, it's the whole world, more or less now. The whole entire world is changing absolutely rapidly. And it's hard to keep up with it. It's hard to keep track of what's happening in the skies above. Y'all gotta get these socks off. My feet are getting too hot up here. Good morning, everyone. If you're just tuning in, then no, this is wild. It's so wild. This was really one of my favorite pictures. I remember filming part of that in the sky, and that was like in Salem, Indiana, going down my road. But just look in the background. You can even see what looks like openings, like right here. And you know, you could look at this. Okay, just think about this. You know how they say they shot the balloons down in the sky? I could see them describing this as a balloon. I really could. And if you've seen any of the footage when they like shot the balloon down in the sky, it literally had like a signature of something like this in the sky. They're shooting down life forms, I think, in the sky. I really do. But what type of life form are they? If you look behind here, there's even more. How could, and there's like small ones. There's small ones, little babies, and then there's bigger ones. And it looks like they can just like, I don't know, they could turn into one great big giant thing if they wanted to. Hello, Applebrook's honey. Hello, if there's any other moderator on here. Hello, good morning, everyone. We got it going. How is Rosie? Well, my husband's been letting Rosie outside all the time now. She's just running around wild. And I don't like it. I like her going out a little bit, but I don't like to leave her outside. I had to go out there on the porch and say, Rosie, come on. And then so I could see her, and she came running. I don't know where she was, probably in the yard down by the garden. But yeah, Rosie's doing great. She really is. Everything is changing so fast. It's rapid change. And it's hard to keep up with. And as everything is changing, you know, our lives are changing too. People are changing. Everything is changing like clockwork. You can't keep up with it. It's happening way, way, way too fast. Change is good. Change is good in some instances. It is, because you want to grow. You want to grow. You truly do want to grow. And you don't want to become stagnant. You don't want your life to become stagnant. You cannot say that this world is stagnant now. No. It is in a constant state of change. The world is massive state. It's constant. It is the one thing that is constant. Although God is constant, the same yesterday, today, forever. Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. Never changes. God's love never changes. There's the one thing you can rely on, the love of God. Never changes. But this world is, it's constant change, because it cannot maintain. If you ever notice on this earth that we live in, it can't keep a normal. It cannot keep a level, whatever. It can't. It's like impossible to keep things the same on this earth. It's change. it's really never good enough. It's not. I mean, if you have the ability to change yourself, you're supposed to make your life better too. But this is wild with the clouds, and now you look on TV and they have AI that can mimic a person's voice, mimic their mannerisms, their image. AI can literally do a whole entire news broadcast. The technology can, with human looking um, digital people, and you won't be able to, they said it's going to become very, very hard. It's going to be practically indistinguishable when you turn on a TV and you see a virtual person and a human person. They're going to be practically, you're not going to be able to see who's who unless you zoom up. They're going to literally refine so good you won't be able to. But the one thing you will know, it's on the TV. In person, granted, I'm sure they got people walking among us in person, other life forms, and they do, life forms that are human looking. But our world is in a constant state of change, and it's impossible. It's impossible to predict it. It's impossible to prepare totally for everything that's happening because it's happening so fast. But these things right here, I feel like they're a life form up there in the sky. And you ever see those big bubble clouds that hang low? I think these are the ones responsible for them. But then they got the shadow on the sky with the bubble. They literally look like bubbles and bubbles, oodles and oobles of bubbles. The whole world is something. There's some kind of cartoon with bubbles. I forget which one it was. Yeah, bubble clouds. Bubble clouds. That's right. No, cloud structures. I'm not going to be able to get any cloud structures in the sky, you all. I'm not going to. I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to focus on everything is changing. I'm real. And you're all real. Even though there's probably people on the YouTube, there's probably people on any type of social media, anything that you watch, it's a given that some of those people are not real at all. They're not real. And if they're not real, then what about the real humans? What's going to happen to the humans? Really? They can't. I'm wondering, when you do AI, can AI have the emotions that humans have? Can they program the AI to have emotions? If they're virtual, but maybe not in real life. Right now, they say they can't, but can they? Can they? Yeah. I know that AI is not going to have the Spirit of God within it. It's not going to. It's not. It's not going to have that connection with the spiritual realm. It can maybe try to mimic it, but it's going to fall short, way short. You'll be able to wonder if it has a frequency to it. Like I've got a frequency, you got a frequency. Humans have auras. You can see the aura around a human. But I really don't think that's going to be possible with a non-human, a non-life form filled with the spirit. I don't think you're going to see an aura around them. You're not. I mean, if that'd be a good way, if you could see auras, you could identify them like that. But you're not going to see it. I can't look at this cup and see an aura around it. I can't. It's inanimate. It's like this. It's not like the Beauty and the Beast and stuff, where everything in the castle, the humans got turned into objects and they became animated and stuff like that. It's not like that. Yeah, we got to keep going. I think it's safe to say, Mickey, honey, we're getting ready to pop out our cocoons and become butterflies. Yeah, we got to become butterflies. It sounds very nice to become a butterfly. Go through the metamorphosis stage. That's right. The cup is vibration. That's right, you all. It's everything is changing so fast. If you're just tuning in, I had taken this picture, and there was video footage with it. I think I was in the passenger seat when I took it. But it was in September the 1st of 2019. And they literally, they just hung underneath these clouds. They did. They just hung around, and you can see they're hanging around. But they got a shadow on the background. And some would say that the sky is like a big green screen. And the clouds don't look normal anymore. The clouds that I've been seeing lately, and you've been seeing, you know, they got the cubes in the clouds. They look kind of digital-like. They really do, digital clouds. And if you were to go to, let me just, like this one video right here. This video. That's supposed to be a cloud. Is that the observatory? Let me hold my hand steady. Since when do clouds do that and they have black cubes? These are the clouds that are in the sky now. Look at them. Although they do have the same outer texture, like smooth, like as the one that I was showing before. But how can that be a normal cloud unless it's an artificial cloud? It's an AI technology cloud. And this right here, it looks a lot different than, give me this right here, a lot different than these. But what if these also are one and the same? What if these also are one and the same? Because they have the same color to them also, they do. I'm not going to say that these are not a life form. I'm not going to say it at all. They have the ability to replicate and change their shape, and they can duplicate, they can do all kinds of things. There's some type of a life form up there in the sky, whether it be human or whether it be artificial, man-made, you name it. There's some type of a life form in the sky. Just like the AI, the artificial stuff that you see. Just like if you're looking at this, and it may sound strange, just like that's some type of a life form, and though it's not a living, like we would identify as a living life form right there. Like these reporters that were on there, they're virtual and they look human, but they're not human. They're not. They're not human at all. You saw something on the Chattahoochee? Oh, I'm thinking that we went something on the Chattahoochee. It gets hotter than a new jacuzzi. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river in the pale moonlight. Yeah. You know that song? The Chattahoochee. Well, I went down yonder on the Chattahoochee. Yeah. Oh no, somebody got themselves in trouble. That's too bad for them. Yes, Alan Jackson. I like that song. It gets hotter than a new jacuzzi. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. You all enjoy your life. You know what? Enjoy your life to the fullest, because this world is changing rapidly. And we cannot keep up with the change. What's it say? Technology will increase in the last days. That's what I've always heard in the end times. Technology. How did they know that? Because they saw into the future. Who is they? They saw into the future what would happen. And so they wrote it. Increase in the last day. Increase in technology or information and stuff like that. I'm not even going to be able to. There's going to be a time when you ain't going to be able to go onto the internet and look up things you want to look at, because they're only going to display what they want you to look up. You can say, I remember this happening. I know it's on the internet, and you go do an internet search and you ain't going to find nothing. You're not going to find nothing because they're going to make it to where you can't look back in history. Knowledge will increase. Okay, knowledge will increase is what it was. An increase in technology, a sign of the end time. Does it say that it will increase? The Bible tell you it doesn't say that anymore. I don't really remember technology, the word, ever being in the Bible. I don't. The sign of, boom, I'm just going to click it, you all. You just tuning in, I'm going to click it. I want to see that once. In Genesis, did y'all know the verse? I can't. No, I don't like to. I don't even like to read things like this, you all, because you can't really get it. You got the verse. Is it in the book of Daniel? About the technology, the knowledge will increase in the end times, an increase in knowledge. Because I'm not gonna waste my time sitting here. Daniel 12, the book of Daniel. Wow, this looks like this is really pretty. I think I like this colors right here. There was some kind of sci-fi thing where there was this life form, and it looked something like this, and it was called the Amua or something like that. The Awanis life form that they came in contact with, and the Awanis life form, it could show people the past. It could take a person back into the past, but the humans on Earth, somehow they didn't like this Awanis life form that was out there, because this also looks like, reminds me of the life form that was in that movie. Was it Moonfall or something, you all? Did you see the movie Moonfall? There was some kind of a life form on this. They went inside the moon, and there was this creature trying to keep these two people from getting into the center of wherever they wanted to go inside that moon. And the guy ran into like this all-knowing thing like that. This all-knowing thing like that, you all. Softail's comment. Let's see. What's happening, you all? We got something going on. Yeah. So we've got that right there, you all. Right there. I can't remember the movie that it was in. I can't. But this thing was an intelligent, like, being. It truly was intelligent life form. And it was, but it was inside the moon. Look at this. It's Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. That's what it is, you all. Knowledge shall be increased. Just like that. Like the colored stars. And when you do a live YouTube video, they hold them back the comments on it for around 1.5 to 2 minutes to sift through them, is what they're doing. I am going to go. I'm going to end this, you all. I'm going to check on something that people's been saying in the comments section, but I'm not putting that in this video because that's a different video. But you all just hang in there. Everything is changing. Life is changing rapidly, and it's hard to keep up with it. We got to get prepared spiritually on the inside. We do. We got to make sure we're strong and we're grounded in the love of God, because it's really a bumpy road in front of us, a massive bumpy road, and things change like this, just like that. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you all for tuning in. Love you.